What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and in today's video we're talking about, now that the big beautiful bill has passed, what does it mean for us? What did it do for car manufacturers, emissions, all different kinds of things? And going through that bill, there is a lot of good things for us as car people. Roll the intro. So welcome on back to TK's Garage. So the big beautiful bill has passed, right? We saw the president sign it in on the 4th of July. Ding, 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 winner, winner, chicken friggin' dinner. And what does that mean? Well, I can tell you, as I'm sure you hear my annoying radar detector in the background, never seen, I don't know why they have so many state troopers just chilling out here in Utah, man. Maybe because everybody's out here going 100, but no, I'm kidding. FA Green Challenger. So let's talk about some of the things that are great that are in this bill in terms of automotive. One of the biggest complaints that Stellantis had, and if you noticed, as soon as they knew that this bill was going to be a for sure thing and done, what does Stellantis do? Oh, they just bring back the SRT division immediately. Immediately. The day that the House votes and they know it's going to the president's desk, SRT division comes back. So what does that mean? Well, in simple terms, it means in that bill, if you were a car manufacturer or a car company, right, and you didn't meet the CAFE standards, your fleet standards did not meet what the federal government said, they had to pay hundreds upon hundreds of millions of dollars in fines, okay? Gone. They're now zero. Even if they don't meet whatever the CAFE standards are going to be, what they put in this bill means they will have to pay zero. That's why I told you that you can bet there's a Demon coming, SRT Cuda, SRT Duster, Hellcats. You're about the horsepower wars. You thought they were great from 2015 to 2023. Look, the manufacturer that doesn't jump all over this now goes bankrupt. Mark my words. General Motors is doing good. They don't jump all over the fact that they can now make whatever the F they want and they won't get fined for it. If they don't do it, bankrupt. Ford, same thing, bankrupt. If they don't jump all over it. Now, I think with Tim Kuniskis over North America, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, we're about to see all kinds of horsepower. And it's all not going to be V8, believe it or not. There are going to get some stuff that with that Hurricane in it that might be appealing. SRT6 vehicles with an inline-6 Hurricane could be appealing. Hey, you put that engine in like a Dart, neon-esque type of vehicle, that's appealing. That thing probably hauls ass. Also, what got stripped out of the bill once it went to the Senate, remember we talked about this previously, where if you owned an electric vehicle, the feds were going to basically tax you $250 a year for owning an EV. And not just that, if you owned a hybrid, like say you had a Dodge Hornet, right? Or a plug-in hybrid, the feds would tax you $100 every year to kind of make up for how all of us that have gas vehicles, I have EVs too, so don't come for me, bro. All of us that have a majority of gas vehicles, every time we fill up with gas, we actually pay a road tax, right? We're paying the taxes to maintain the roads, buying fuel. You don't do that with an electric vehicle, and that's what the purpose of that was. Well, he stripped that out in the Senate. It could come back at a later date, but right now it's not there, okay? So that's gone. The tax credit, which I did talk about, the EV tax credit, absolutely gone. I'm just distracted. There's a 2016 Audi A8L TDI. I've had several A8Ls from 2012 to 2016. S8 and A8Ls, and I love that car. And I could never find the diesel one. Like they were like unicorns. Every time I see one, I'm just like, lucky son of a bitch. Anyways, so seeing that and the fact that now you have until basically the end of September, which they pushed back because I think they were trying to go to the end of the year, but now they're going until the end of September. Come the end of September, the EV tax credit is gone. No $4,000 for a used one, no $7,500 for a new one. So if you're going to do it, you better do it now because it's gone. Which I think is going to see a massive, like the EV, the market for EVs right now and sales are so down right now. It's bad. All right, it's bad. You get rid of that, you're going to see prices of those have to go up, right? Or maybe they flip and they crash because nobody's going to buy them. So they have to just cut the prices to losses and then nobody wants them anymore. I think you're going to see manufacturers suspend and stop building these friggin' cars because it doesn't make any sense to do it. They were already losing money on each unit. I don't know if you know that or not, right? The only a company I believe that was profitable selling an electric vehicle has been Tesla in the United States. Everybody else has been losing money. So, But this is going to also push manufacturers to invest. That's why you saw GM talking, we're investing in a new V8. You're going to see that. I think you're going to see Stellantis, i.e. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, finally push out, whether it's a Magnum or whatever they're going to call it. They probably keep the Hemi name, but they're going to put out another V8 engine. Interesting news I was hearing out of Ford, and I don't even know how that would work. I'm trying to think the last time somebody made a straight 8, but I've been getting like these rumors, these emails all week, people saying Ford's looking at making a straight 8, and I'm like, straight 8? I mean, it's straight 8. You know what that runs? You know what that rhymes with? A 8, an R-A-P-E, 8. Can't even say the word. YouTube's like doing Twister. You have to like figure out how to say stuff without saying it. A straight 8 runs like a root 8. That would be a whole. You know what? They better not come out with a. If Ford comes out with a straight 8 and they call that the 8, oh no. I'm trying to think like I think it was like what, the 50s? Was it around the 50s last time that they had a straight 8? I know my Pontiac Chieftain was a straight 8. The Purple Heart was a straight 8. So one of the things that I think is huge is the auto industry now, at least in America. And I hear all the detractors. I've heard dumbass Newsom, we're going to let China own the EVs. Nobody wants that shit. That's not here. You're going to give up global market. Fuck global market share. Like, for real. Like, the EV thing it's just not there yet. Okay? Maybe China is building out their infrastructure enough that magically they can do it. Europe's not done it. I mean, even California that talks all of that shit about having all of these electric charging things all across the state. It's not there. The bill also pushed back emissions, removed California's ability to do anything emissions related without federal authority. And there's a couple of key provisions in there that may also help California in terms of fuel, and I'm waiting to see how they're going to enforce some of this stuff coming out of the big beautiful bill. But there's a lot of, when it comes to automotive, when it comes to car stuff, right, there is a ton of stuff in there that's great. I talked about it yesterday. Not really happy about the gambling shit that's in there. I only can write off 90% of my losses now, which I think is BS. But I don't know who the hell thought that that was a good idea to put that in there. But I get it. They have to put stuff in there, and they probably figure rich people gamble huge amounts of money, right? It's not the case, but there are some professional gamblers, and they probably think, hey, we're going to get 10% of that money. Bloop, 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 bloop. Because they got to do something to pay for all of it, right? I understand that, but damn, man. You know. But the positives, though, the fact that cafe standards are basically toothless now. They literally mean nothing. They are absolutely nothing. There's no enforcement. There's no fines. Manufacturers can't be held liable. Now, what I find interesting here is, does that mean that we could get a manufacturer that decides to build a diesel truck that has less of these emission control systems on it? Do we get V8 engines now from General Motors and Stellantis, i.e. Dodge, that don't have MDS or AFM DOD, you know, the displacement on demand bullshit, because they don't have to meet a fuel economy standard anymore? It's literally like, yeah, I'm sure the government wants them to continue, you know, pushing for better efficiency, but there's no, like, if you don't do this, there's no stick now. If you don't do this, you're going to have to pay this. So I think it's a net positive. Anyways, I'm just getting back into beautiful, lovely Nevada. I'm a goofball because I'm tired right now. But hopefully you guys are having a good weekend for your 4th of July weekend. Hopefully I broke down enough of this stuff, or talked a little bit about this, to kind of clue you in on what's actually in there. And if you haven't read it yet, like, it's broken down into sections. You can get into the part where they talk about automotive and read it. I know that there's some people on the internet that's going to say, ooh, it's all bad, nothing's going to change. I think it's funny for the people that own smog shops, or, you know, work with smog shops and maintain their equipment to make videos like they're against smog. It's like a racist person making videos saying that they're not racist. Stupid. Anywho's, I'm getting out here. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. So coming up here, starting Sunday, you know, we are pushing the Tesla Model S giveaway ends on the 16th of July. So we're the last 10 days here, we're actually running 20x entries on everything on tksgarage.com. So if you haven't jumped in yet and you want to jump in to try to win a Tesla Model S that has free supercharging for life, full self-driving, and looks pretty dope if you ask me, you can do that by going down here at the bottom and picking up any of this merch down here. It's like hats like this, like the old school TK's Garage hat. Now I've had people ask me, like, okay, because I was floating this idea with the company, and they were saying, well, what do we do with the 10x hats? The 10x hats that are up there now, you should see a change in their price, and they will actually go to 20x like everything else on the site. So if you want to pick up a fitted hat or any of the other merch, back to the Hemi merch, there is some interesting F-carb merch coming soon. I'm just waiting on the artist to get done with that rendition. And I think you guys are going to like that. But 20X entries starts Sunday. So I know it's Saturday at the time of me recording this video. You guys will probably see this later on Saturday. But at 12:01 a.m. on Sunday until the close out of the giveaway, which will be what, 12:01 a.m. on the 17th, technically. So as the end of the 16th going into the 17th, it'll close out. That will be it for entries. So if you want to jump in and you want the most entries possible, now is the time. You get 20X entries between now and the closeout. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Like I said, give us a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Lots of content coming all this week. Stay tuned. I have all kinds of, if you're into the Stellantis news, I have all kinds of different products that are being floated now that this bill is law. And this is an exciting time to be a Mopar fan, if you are. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. And as always, stay petty, my friends.